Good morning, my fellow yoga travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and loaf, and live the life we love. It's Wednesday, so it's my my bad joke day, staying with making fun of my own culture. So this young man wants to test his mother to see how intuitive she is, and he brings home three women. He says, "Mom, see these three ladies? The blonde on the end, redhead in the middle, the brunette on the right. One of them was my fiance. I wanted to see if you could tell which one they were." So she speaks to each one for a nanosecond, and then he turns to the one in the middle, the redhead. He said, "How'd you know? She's the one I don't like." Oh, but there's other things like this guy goes to rabbi, says, like, "I'm trying to find a woman as a mate for me, but I just haven't been having any luck." He says, "Listen, why don't you go on the internet and why don't you think about all the wonderful qualities in your mother and see if you can find a match of somebody who appeals to you in the same way?" So that's what he does. And the next time he goes to visit the rabbi, he still looks sad and forlorn. And the rabbi says, "How did it work out?" He says, "Well, it seemed like it was great. I found somebody who's just like my mother. She loves family. She loves to be the balabusta in the house. She loves to cook and clean. She likes to, do all the things that I think would be fantastic." So, "Oh, it was great. So your mother really liked her then?" He says, "No, but my father didn't like her." Okay, so here we go. um, it's hard in the world, of course, to find joy. And this is one of my ongoing ideas, that joy is not incidental but essential to your spiritual life. And so happiness is not just a place that you arrive at where every day you just have a shit-eating grin on your face and like you don't think about anything else in the world, but rather the result of training your mind to ride with a certain kind of ease and flexibility in what I call the roller coaster of life, where the sudden twists and turns can happen at any moment, and sometimes really be scary and knock you off your course. So just to be open to the idea that I could have more joy in life and I'm in control to a certain extent. And that's because your mind is a focusing mechanism with the power to choose and to let in what you want. And just like your skin creates a boundary so certain things can't get in, your mind can learn to allow not to allow toxic influences in. So anything that you hold in your attention, you hold in your experience, whether you want it or you don't want it. So when you have things that you don't want, it creates the contrast experience, a rocket of desire to go somewhere else. Pratipraksha bhavana, the opposite quality is what they say in yoga, is what you're supposed to be tending to. And if you do that, you learn to take your thought beyond where it was before. Through the clarity of your own example, you start summoning the good stuff which comes from connecting to spirit. So once you understand that, then you move on much more to understanding the importance of aligning yourself with the Dharma. Just like in asana class, when you first hit the pose, there's a sense of like being hermetically sealed. Everything outside of the asana, not really important. Just like when you look at a painting, right? The painting is within the frame. Everything outside of the frame, that's called integritas. There's an integrity or a wholeness to that. And then within the frame is what they call consonantia, a consonance, a rhythm, a harmony, where there's a rhythmic relationship between anything that's a part and how it relates to the whole. And the whole, of course, is connected to all the parts, and it's greater than the sum of all its parts. So when you start to work the different parts of the body and you integrate them all, that's consonantia, or consonance, or harmony. And then, if you favorably achieve it, integritas and consonantia, you get to what they call claritas. And in claritas, you're fascinated. You're held by the whole thing. It stops the mind. And this is one of the best descriptions of samadhi that I've heard by James Joyce. He calls it, if you have that epiphany experience where there's the breakthrough, then he calls it silent, luminous stasis. So if you hold that, then your concentration will get so good that you'll understand the theme I've been talking about the whole week. What is the inner intruder? What is the part of ourselves that acts naive? Tomorrow I'll tell the story about it. This is an undeveloped part of our psyche, and that's why our own inner intruder, our own inner natural predator, stalks us. But we don't notice it. That's the whole idea. Our instincts are not intact. Otherwise, we'd recognize this is not good and we'd get rid of it, or we'd shift our energy to something else. So when you hit a snag, theory is what you go back to, and of course, continue to practice. So recognize this, and if you do, you'll protect yourself from it. You'll deprive it of its murderous power. And here I don't mean necessarily you kill another person, but you'll kill the good ideas, you'll kill your creativity. And so you won't be vulnerable. At least you won't be vulnerable from your own naivete or your inexperience or your foolishness. Hope you remember that. Go to GabrielHalpern.com, check out the website, sign up, give me some feedback, what you like. Let me know if you want to have a CD of mine. I'll send you one for free. And then Good Vibrations is happening a week from today. We'll be talking about yoga and the sacred texts of the Vedas. Hope to see you there.